Now available in paperback and e-readers, eSteam Cancel Vacation. Hell's aspiring angel takes on a social justice, social media mob looking to cancel her in this all-new eSteam series adventure. Get eSteam Cancel Vacation in paperback and e-readers today. When beta males can't win, they always want to change the rules. Now, your beta male, the great irony regarding him is that he's a stickler for the rules, and he's always talking about fairness until he starts to lose in life. And it's only when he starts to lose in life that he starts to get frustrated with the rules, and that's when he starts to go out here and want to change the rules because things are not benefiting him. Now, your beta male oftentimes loves having rules around, and he's oftentimes a stickler for the rules. And the reason why he wants the rules around is because that's how he gets power. Now, your beta male will hide behind the rules and all of the technicalities so that he can go out here and gain power and leverage over people, and that while passively he is the one who knows all the rules, aggressively he can use those technicalities to try to manipulate and control others. And when your beta male starts to see things not going his way, that's when he starts playing a whole different game. Now, your beta male will start out by going out here and doing passive aggressive things by like talking about minor technicalities regarding the rules in an effort to try to move himself forward, or he'll start doing things like trying to move the goalposts. And these are classic tactics of your beta male when he's not winning. What he wants to do is try to change the rules so that he can start moving himself forward and moving towards a path towards what he thinks is going to be a win. But the great irony is that in his quest to try to win, he really shows how much of a sore loser he truly is. Because your beta male, because he cannot win by playing by the rules that he so is in favor of, he just shows that he cannot go out here and win on the merits because he does not have the courage and confidence to go out here and learn from his mistakes. Now, that's the main reason why your beta male constantly wants to change the rules, is because he does not want to take that minute to go out here and take that critical examination and assessment of self and figure out what mistakes he is making, because assessing your mistakes means that you have to deal with conflict, and your beta male doesn't want to deal with any sort of internal conflict regarding himself, because he believes that in a lot of cases he's the smartest one in the room and he's the one who never makes mistakes. However, human beings do make mistakes, and humble human beings go out here and realize that they're not perfect. But your beta male, because he wants to be the smartest person in the room and wants to have complete control over others due to his feelings of insecurity and feelings of inadequacy, what he does is, instead of him taking that minute to assess his own actions and assess his own decisions, wants to go out here and make it where he's going to try to change the rules of things and try to manipulate the facts of things to try to make it fit what he wants it to be. Now, another trick of a beta male who is losing is what they will do is they will go out here and, again, under the guise of technicalities, go out here and change the definition of words. Now, your beta male does this because what he wants to do is he wants to make things go to his favor. So what he will do is he will change the definition of a word so that it will mean what he wants it to be, and he can use that to gain power over others. Now, your beta male, if not checked, what he will do is trying to keep manipulating and changing the rules and moving the goalposts, and he will string people along for extended periods of time. And it takes people with courage and character to stand up to a beta male who is trying to change the game and let him know that he has to play by the rules that everybody else has to play. Because he's the one who, again, ironically, talks about everything being so fair, but the great irony is that he doesn't want things to be fair when he's losing. No, he only wants things to be fair when he's winning, but when he's not winning, that's when he goes out here and tries to change all of the rules of the game, and he tries to manipulate people, and he tries to manipulate situations. That is what the beta male tries to do, and some of these beta males, when they just cannot manipulate others, they try to manipulate facts, and that's another trick that your beta male tries to do when he's not winning. He tries to manipulate facts in order to fit whatever he wants it to be. But facts cannot be manipulated to fit into his feelings, and that's one of the things that winds up undoing the beta male at that point, because whenever he starts to see the walls closing in, that's when your beta male, who has been trying to change the rules, manipulate definitions of words, and change facts, that's when he starts to lose it. And the reason why he's losing it is because reality does not change, and because reality does not change to fit our feelings. This is where he starts to lose it, and because only a crazy person wants to go out here and change the rules when they lose. Only a crazy person wants to move goalposts. Only a crazy person wants to redefine words, and only a crazy person continues to try to manipulate technicalities to benefit themselves when there are clear evidence of facts, logic, and reason to prove that this person's platform and ideas just aren't working. Because you have to accept when you've made a mistake, you have to accept when things have gone wrong, you have to accept when there is a failure. And your beta male has a serious problem with these things because he takes losing very personally, and because he takes losing personally, what happens with your beta male is that he doesn't understand that losing is a part of life, and men of character, when they lose, what they do is they take a critical assessment of self, and after they take that critical assessment of self, they look at what they did wrong, and then they try again. Unfortunately, the beta male's approach to trying again is doing more of the exact same things, trying to manipulate others, trying to manipulate facts, trying to move goalposts, and trying to tell people things that aren't true are true. And this is where we start to see them trying to alter reality to make it fit into their smooth world. But when you try to alter reality to make it fit into your ideas of reality, that's called insanity. And oftentimes, many beta males, when they are losing, some of them wind up snapping. And this is where we start to see many of them become unhinged, because they can't deal with the fact that the world isn't working the way they want it to work, and because the way the world is working isn't working the way they want it to work, they try to force it to fit their idea of reality. But reality is reality, and it does not change. But you can't explain this to the beta male who wants to go out here and change the rules to make things work for them. And if they can't change the rules and rewrite everything to fit what they want, and they can't manipulate others into believing what they want to be the truth, then they wind up again losing it. And that just shows us how crazy these guys can get, because they can't deal with losing, and they don't have the character or the resolve to understand that in life things are not going to be fair, and sometimes you have to lose in order to gain. That is the other problem that your beta male does not understand, is that sometimes you have to take a loss in order to get a gain, and sometimes losing is not a bad thing, because for them everything is personal, and because everything is personal, they don't like to lose. But men out here understand losing is, again, not a bad thing. It shows us where we went wrong, and in some cases when you lose, you're dodging a bullet and avoiding an extremely tedious and dangerous situation. So a lot of your beta males, they'll sit there and they'll keep trying to manipulate facts, manipulate goalposts, and string people along. But at the end of the day, what happens is that in their quest to try to win, they wind up alienating people in the long term, and they start to show people that they are not a good person with good character, and they show people that they are the worst kind of liar and manipulator, because they can't have the courage to stand by and be able to go out here and admit that they've made mistakes, admit that they have failed, and admit that things aren't working, and not understand that that's just a part of life, and it's not something that's a bad thing. It's just a part of the way the world is. But these guys don't really understand it, so they try to change all the rules in an effort to make themselves win. But at the end of the day, they wind up losing, because they never learn from their mistakes, and because they never learn from their mistakes, what they do is they wind up in a situation where they jam themselves up, because usually when they're out here manipulating the rules and moving goalposts, they eventually back themselves into a corner, and then people eventually back them into a wall, and they call them out on all of their lies and their bullshit. And after they call them out on their lies and their bullshit, they want absolutely nothing to do with them, because they realize that this person is extremely dishonest, this person is extremely manipulative, this person is just an extremely reprehensible human being, and because they have no moral character and no real integrity, they're not anybody they would want to respect, because you can't sit here and then tell everybody they have to play by rules, and then when you can't win, you want to go out here and change the game. You want to go out here and rewrite technical terms. You want to redefine words. You want to rewrite everything. That is not the way a man of character goes about himself. No, a man of character, he's going to go out here and he's not going to go out here and sit there and say, oh, these rules are not working for me, so I'm going to change them. No, he's going to accept that if these terms are not acceptable, then he's not going to play the game at all. But the beta male wants to play with the game because he wants to win, he wants to be right, and he wants to be seen as this paragon of good. But his virtues, ironically, are not very virtuous at all, and he's one of the most dirtiest players in the game, because while he talks about playing by the rules, he's the first one to break those rules whenever a situation does not benefit him. Now, if you want to see me make more videos like this, you can donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, or my Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. And if you want to pick up some of my SJS Direct publications, like The Man Crisis, Stop Simping in the Workplace, Stop Simping in Cyberspace, and Stop Simping, you can find all those books on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find them on Smashwords, the iBookstore, and Google Play. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and Kindle, All About Marilyn. Learn all about the struggles of a faded former teen sitcom star in this absolutely fabulous 5-star screenplay. Get All About Marilyn in paperback and Kindle on Amazon.com today.